Hey guys, young Psychonaut here and welcome to another video. And this is actually a video that has been requested by one of the viewers of the last video. So in the last video I did a tier list of psychedelics and someone commented, could you do a tier list of combinations? So today I'm just going to do a tier list of simple combinations, so that's 2 drug combinations. Maybe in the future I'll make a tier list of the triple drug combination, so that's 3 different substances together, but just to keep it simple for today, we're just going to do a combination of 2 substances. I have chosen substances that I have a little bit of experience with. Some of the substances combinations here I do not have experience with, for the reason that it's actually dangerous. For example, combining serotogeneric drugs together can have very, very disastrous effects like serotonin syndrome, so that's why I wouldn't try them, but it's still interesting to mention them, I think. So that's why I made this category NT, which is like not tried. So I will put any combination in there which I have not tried, but it doesn't mean per se that it is like a bad feeling, I don't like it. It's more that it's dangerous and I would disadvise you to try the combination. I guess we'll just start out with the combinations with weed. As you can see, I also put benzos in here, plus a few of the things. I don't do benzos anymore. I haven't done benzos for years, but I do have a very keen sense of how to combine them because I have used them in the past a lot. So yeah, that's why I also put them in here. Okay, let's start. So first of all, let's just go to the S tier, weed and DXM. I just love this combination. In fact, I would say that I cannot consume DXM without weed. Like if I only would have had DXM and no weed, I would just say like no DXM for me, because that's how good the combination is. It has a perfect synergy in my opinion of like not too much anxiety, a really nice like small visuals, really nice body load. It's really hard to get like a headache or like something negative like nausea on it for me personally. So that's why it's definitely S tier for me. Now weed and 2CB. Honestly, 2CB is the only psychedelic that I can use with weed, but it can get overwhelming pretty quickly, especially if you take higher dose of 2CB. So in the past, I've tried lower dose of 2CB and higher dose of 2CB. And with lower doses, definitely weed, you can just do it. Does it have the amazing synergy? I don't know. For me, it's not that I suddenly feel that more amazing. It's just a nice addition. But higher doses of 2CB, I don't know if that's really a good moment for weed, so that's why I will put it in B tier. Like it's okay, it's not that bad, but it's not like a combination that I say, whoa, that's amazing. Weed and 2F ketamine or ketamine, yeah, that's just an amazing combo. Honestly, I love just like smoking, drinking some 2F DCK, watching a movie, and yeah, the interaction is really smooth. Your body load is amazing, and honestly, great combination. Weed MDMA, I would say actually, I would put it pretty low. The last few times I did MDMA, I didn't smoke weed. I just did some MDMA or like MDMA together with some ketamine, and it was way smoother. It was so much nicer, less anxiety, less annoying body load, less nausea. I would just recommend not smoking too much weed, especially when you're coming up on MDMA. I know it's a really like popular combo, but yeah, I don't know. I personally would just recommend not smoking weed with MDMA. Okay, weed and shrooms, terrible. I get really anxious on shrooms when I do weed, so I always wait until the shrooms are fully like over their peak, and when I then use weed, then it can have like a really nice synergy, so maybe C, but yeah, it's not a really good combination in my opinion when you want to have a really chill trip and not like freak out or anything. So weed and tramadol, yeah, it's pretty nice. It's a good combination. It really accentuates the tramadol if you take a little bit, and then with weed you can really get like a nice opioid feeling from just taking like 1 or 2 tramadol tablets. but you have to combine it with weed. So, okay, so this one, benzos and weed, I'm just gonna put it like really high because it is an amazing feeling and the synergy is really fucking good. Honestly, I don't recommend doing benzos at all, but if I had to rate the experience of benzos and weed, it was really amazing back in the day. So let's do some ketamine. So this is ketamine 2-FDCK with MDMA. Yeah, that's pretty fucking good. I would say A tier, maybe S tier. I don't really like doing MDMA all that much, but the few times I tried MDMA plus 2-FDCK or ketamine, it was just the most amazing synergy. The MDMA really gives you like the upper vibe, really like the cerebral vibe, and then with the 2F or the ketamine, it really like makes it not too forceful. So you can like still sit down but experience the MDMA at the same time. So I would say 2F ketamine and shrooms, it's pretty good. It does cause you to even more like just like totally retract in yourself and go to like a totally like place within yourself. It can be really nice, but I wouldn't recommend it if you try to be social or you want to move or do things. So it is really good, but it's not S tier in my opinion. That comes DXM and 2F ketamine is a really nice combo. I really like it. I would actually put it in S tier probably. Don't take too much of both. Take a little bit of either or more of one and a little bit of the other. That can make it really nice. But yeah, if you take just a lot of DXM and then do ketamine, it's probably not gonna have the best synergy. So 2F ketamine and tramadol I've not tried together, and I would disadvise this because they're both depressants, they're both sedatives. I think if you take a little bit of both, there is not a very large risk, but I wouldn't risk it because tramadol can depress like your central nervous system, ketamine can depress your central nervous system, and that combination in general is just like not a very good idea. So I would say not tried. Okay. DXM plus tramadol I've also not tried for the reason that DXM releases serotonin, tramadol interacts with serotonin. This can also lead to serotonin syndrome. This can be very dangerous. I would not try this if I was you. That's also why I haven't tried it. So yeah, I would stay away from that. Benzos and ketamine. Okay, so this one is really difficult because I would put it in S tier for the feeling, for the personal experience. I would put it in D tier for like how dangerous it is and like how fucking embarrassing I was on that shit. Because I've tried it a few times, especially when I was starting to do benzos, and you just become an absolute caveman. Like literally not being able to produce sentences and just like stumbling around, falling, just like hitting your head on things. My friend had to actually translate for me while I was just like trying to make caveman sounds, and he was just like, oh no, he means like pass me the joint or whatever, you know. So I would put this in D tier. Like, don't do this combination. It's really dangerous. It can actually lead to loss of consciousness really quickly. Yeah, I would not recommend doing this. Okay, DXM plus shrooms. It's okay. I've personally felt like there was not that much interaction. Maybe I didn't take too much shrooms or DXM in combination, but I felt like as soon as the DXM kicked in, kind of like the shroom visuals went away, and it was just like DXM with like a little bit more psychedelic vibe to it. So it's not like, oh wow, this is amazing. So I would just put it in B tier for now. DXM, MDMA, never tried the combination. Again, serotonin, very heavy serotonin. Don't do this combination. This can end very badly in seizures, serotonin syndrome, anything. Don't do this. DXM and 2CB. Again, it's the same with shrooms. I feel like the DXM and the psychedelics like 2CB, they don't interact that much, especially if you don't take too much DXM. So I'm just like, yeah, it's fun. It's a good combination in a sense, but it's not like, it's not like you're really going to be like, oh wow, this is amazing. Maybe it's A tier, maybe it's B tier. Yeah, I would say, maybe A tier. I don't know. So then we got benzos and shrooms. I don't know why you would ever do this. If you're taking benzos to stop your trip, you do not really understand what tripping is, in my opinion. Because if you are ending your trip, you either took too much shrooms, you're not in the right headspace, you're not in the right environment. If you do tripping well, you shouldn't have to use a trip killer. And the fact that you're using a trip killer means that you were not ready to trip, in my opinion. So yes, you can kill a trip with a benzo. Is it advised? I would say no. If you're really like in a panic, you can do it, but I've done it multiple times where I was like in a really bad trip. I took benzos and it got me out of the trip, but also I didn't learn anything from the trip at all, because even bad trips can leave a very big indent in your psyche in a positive way sometimes. So just take it if you're really, really, really fucked up and you need to exit the trip. But yeah, I mean, all the effects of the shrooms will just disappear when you take the benzos, so the combination is just ass in general. Benzos and MDMA, I'm just gonna put this in D tier 2. I would also make like maybe even a new tier, because benzos and MDMA is like the worst thing I've ever combined together, because it will get you into a delirium so fucking fast. And with delirium, I mean a state of being where you just don't know what is real. Like you have true hallucinations. Like not that things are moving, but actually things are just appearing in front of you. I've talked to the shadow people on benzos and MDMA combination. You do not want to do this if you want to keep your sanity. Also, like MDMA really increases your brain activity, benzos decreases, so that whole concept just clashes in general. It's basically a kind of like a hippie speedball, if you may. Like, don't do this. This is really bad. 2CB and shrooms, fucking amazing. Like one of the best combinations of psychedelics I've ever tried. The shrooms really give you the real psychedelic feel, and then the 2CB just makes it really warm, and the visuals are way more pronounced and way more intense, but in a really chill way. Music is absolutely amazing on this combo. This is definitely an S tier. It's really good. 2CB and MDMA. I haven't tried this. I would say it could be fun. I've tried shrooms and MDMA. Actually, I didn't put that combo here, but shrooms and MDMA I would say is like a B or an A tier. 2CB and MDMA could be fun. Psychedelic combined with MDMA. If you don't take too much MDMA, it's probably gonna be pretty fun. So yeah, I'll probably try this in the future sometime. And so this is my tier list. As you can see, I got a bunch of S tier combinations. I would definitely recommend these, except for benzos. Just like I wouldn't recommend that at all, but it is, to be fair, it is very good. A lot of the 2FDCK combinations are really good. Personally, I really like combining DXM with things, as you can see. And as you can see, like the MDMA, obviously, this is one of the only combinations of MDMA that I would recommend. The other ones are pretty ass. And benzos combined with so many things, really ass. I would not recommend doing that. So yeah, this was my tier list. As you may have heard, I'm a little bit sick, but hopefully that doesn't impede on the quality of the video. I really hope you liked the video. I hope you learned something. And leave some suggestions in the comments of things I should do next. And I'll see you in the next one.